So I'm sitting in my dorm room, and all the freshmen in the freshman dorm are walking by. I'm the RA, and my room is right by the stairs, so they all walk by and say hi. And John Storm walks by, but he doesn't keep going. He comes in, he sits down, and we start talking, just about anything. But eventually I turn the conversation in a spiritual direction, and I'm curious about what John knows about who God is and what his relationship with him is. And I can tell as I'm talking with John that he just has no idea what it means to have a relationship with God. And the more I talk with him, the more I find myself explaining what you guys know so well here at Sunlight Church: sin, salvation, and service. And as I begin to talk about these things, I can just tell that John is just soaking it in. And before I know it, he's praying with me to make Jesus Christ the Lord of his life. And then we get involved with a Bible study together. I start mentoring him, and I watch his life just transformed by the grace of Jesus Christ. And as I'm having this conversation with him in the dorm, I'm overwhelmed. It's the most exhilarating thing that I have ever been a part of. And God just stirs in me this passion and commitment to help people know what the grace of Jesus Christ is all about. I mean, there is nothing more important on the planet than being a part of that mission. But for me, I grew up in a church where I'd never seen this happen. And so for me, in my mind, I'm thinking, well, this kind of thing happens outside of the church. It's not something that happens in the church. And slowly God begins to change that thinking in my mind. As the years pass, I realize that God says, what if you could organize a whole community of people together that are committed to this mission? What would that look like for the kingdom if a whole community, a whole church was reshaped to think about that the mission is central, that sharing the good news of Jesus Christ is the central part of why we exist as a church? And the more that came to realize in my heart what that meant, God put me in an opportunity where for the past 21 years, I've done exactly that, helped lead a church to shape its mission around that sole purpose, that a whole community of people was committed and passionate to help people know the grace of Jesus Christ. And every year we saw people, just like you see here at Sunlight Church, we see people who are transformed by the grace of God. And then God came to me not long ago and said, what if I asked you to do it again? And I said, no, I'm good, once is enough. But then God just kept nudging and said, what if I asked you to do this again, to lead a church in a way that reshapes its whole mission and vision around this sole purpose of helping people know the grace of God and building my kingdom in that way. And the call from Scott, the relationship with Sunlight, seeing what God has done in your church through the past years, and being in a relationship with that, all part of how God said, I want you to do this again. And God's called me to Lake Worth to do exactly that. And I'm so excited already of what I see God doing in Lake Worth Church to reshape the heart and the mission of the people gathered in that community, to be passionate and committed to help people know the grace of Jesus Christ. So thank you for being a part of it, and I can't wait to see what God's going to do in our future together.